Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here. I thought I would give you a little bit of news here. So, as you see this is from the Department of Treasury, Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau. Your application as a small alcohol fuel producer has been approved. That's right. At a high school, the ag teacher and the science teacher just got approved to be alcohol producers. Now you might say, gosh, alcohol producers at a high school? Yep. So it's not as much as what you think. This is not drinking alcohol. This is ethanol. This is fuel alcohol. So this process all started back in 2020. So back in 2020, I was at a different school, and I had the bright idea that we should do alternatively fueled vehicles for our school. So we were going to make go-karts that were alternatively fueled. So some of those go-karts, sorry about the trucks, some of those go-karts were going to run on gasoline. Well, one of them was going to run on gasoline. One was going to run on biodiesel. Yes, you can buy single-cylinder diesel engines on Amazon. Another one was going to be electric. And the last one was going to be ethanol powered. So I started a whole bunch of research on what you need to do to produce ethanol. You know, what are the rules for a school to produce ethanol? And back at the time when I was in Oregon, I found out the rule for Oregon was as long as it's fuel and you denature it, you can do it. But that's when I found out that you needed a federal permit to distill alcohol, pretty much for anyone. And it didn't really matter if the quantity of alcohol that you were distilling was a quarter cup, 400 gallons, 1,000 gallons. It all still needed the same application and the same permit from the feds. So I started that process in 2020. Not a great year to start anything. And as you might guess, COVID happened. We all went home for spring break, and then we didn't come back for a year and a half. So for that year and a half, I didn't do anything with the application because, you know, all the Fed places were closed anyway. And the permits are only good for a year, and if there's no one there, then our permit would just lapse and we wouldn't be able to do it, and I'd have to reapply. So when I came here to my current school, I talked to the science teacher, and he thought it sounded like a great idea. So we went ahead and applied, and we just got approved. That is our approval letter to go ahead and produce ethanol. They have several categories of ethanol production, and it's based on volume. The smallest volume category goes from 0 to 10,000 gallons. So we are approved to produce up to 10,000 gallons of ethanol here at our school. Now, granted, we do have to denature our alcohol, which means we have to add either methanol or gasoline, either one of those. And there's a percentage that they give you that you have to add to it at the time of production. So as it comes out of the still, it is denatured, which means it is not drinkable, which you might imagine is a good idea if you're out of school. So that's our plan. We're going to pick up with the small cars again, the go-karts, and we're going to start producing ethanol, and that'll be one of the fuels for one of our go-karts. It also is going to be quite relevant to our area because we are a large grain producing area, and just up on the other side of me, several miles up there, but anyway, they are going to be putting in an ethanol plant. So this will be kind of a real world experience for our students. They'll get to explore ethanol production in a grain area, and they'll get to see it run a vehicle that they help build. So that's the big news. Big news, we got approved for our ethanol permit. The other news that I figured I should talk about is our greenhouse. So our posts are all set in their forms. We pour concrete on Monday. That's right, Monday we get concrete poured, and then it will cure for about a week, and then we'll start putting up the upper structure. Yeah, it's really close to the end of school. Like, we'll be working on the greenhouse the last 2 weeks of school, but that's just how it worked out this year. So I am super excited about that. All of our framing material has been moved off to the side, all of our greenhouse structure. So anyway, I thought I would do a quick update. We got approved to make alcohol. All right. Have a good weekend. Ag Teacher Thoughts out.